It's another episode of Our Warped World. We're on season 3. We're doing well. We're kicking some ass. I think we're up to about 200 viewers, so I'm kind of excited about all that.
Viewers or listeners?
Listeners, whatever they are, I don't know. If we actually had a social media girl who was supposed to take care of us on the Ticker Talker, we'd be in good shape. But apparently, we gotta look outside the organization for that. So we do have lovely Andrea here tonight. Let's all give it up for Andrea. We always love seeing her. So. Mr. Glenn took the day off, so we have guest contributor Mandy. Give it up for Mandy. You guys, if you're fans of the show, you know all about her fun journey and everything else. And tonight we have a special guest, which we're going to get into. We have Jim he is a 30-year teacher, and he is going to be giving us all the ups and insides and all the dirty stories we want from him teaching over the past 30 years. We're not doing any nice shit today, so we're going to actually talk about some fun stuff. So let's give it up for Jim, everybody. Come on. Yoo-hoo, yeah. So it has been a month since we've been on, Andrea.
I know. They probably miss our voice.
So anyways, we are back again after about a month off. We've taken a lot of time off. It was kind of weird, but we went on vacation. So I'm actually going to start off with what we've been doing because 12 days of gorgeous Boston, Millinocket, Maine, and Bar Harbor. I'm not used to taking 12 days off. Believe it, usually my vacations are like 4 days or stuff like that, but it was a hell of a time. We had a great time. No drama, no anything. Everybody kind of went and did shit and had fun. It was a great time. So I'm going to recommend if you guys ever get up there, go to Millinocket, Maine. We were in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we're traveling and we're all driving and we're going, what the dude? It was like Deliverance. If you saw the movie Deliverance, it was definitely a unique experience getting up there. But then you get up there and you open the door and you're like, holy crap. It's right there, the water. You're looking at the mountain. It was, yeah.
It's beautiful.
I'm not a nature guy, so about 3 days was perfect for me because I was like, yeah, okay.
Hey,
you can only sit out there for so long. I mean,
you fed the ducks.
I did fed, and I got yelled at. You're not supposed to feed the ducks, apparently, so people that were coming over, you're not supposed to feed the ducks. Who knew? I'm from Phoenix. I don't know you're not supposed to fucking feed the ducks.
Well, you can't feed the ducks because it makes them poop, and there's like little parasites in their poop that give you swimmer's itch. So it's like an intense itch all over your body, worse than chicken pox.
Well, that does not sound
it's not a good
anything.
time.
Yeah, well, so there was only 8 of them. They're not contaminating the whole lake.
Listen, there's a lot of ducks. They're just pooping and pooping and pooping. If you keep feeding them, they're going to keep pooping.
What are you supposed to do? Not feed them? What are you supposed to do? They're going to eat something.
Well, that's my thought, right? Like, they're going to eat. It's not like you can't feed them, but they don't die.
Yeah. I mean, so what do you want to,
Listen,
eliminate ducks?
I think so.
You're an anti-duck type.
Yep.
You don't like
you hear
ducks.
that, you Oregon ducks?
Yeah, you don't like the Oregon ducks. That's
mascot. You hear that, Boobert? Fuck you and your stupid Oregon ducks.
Jesus.
All right, so I'm done with what I did. Andrea, what have you been doing for the last month?
Well, I actually had a crazy kind of a month.
Okay.
I quit my job.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And then I started back up doing hair full time, which I am loving. Still working at Cycle Bar Gilbert.
If you don't know what Cycle Bar is, tell them what it is.
Cycle Bar is a spin studio, like indoor cycling class. So I just work there as the front desk, and you'll see me smiling, greeting you.
We're trying to make you into an internet superstar, but unfortunately, we don't have anybody that can do anything on the internet, and that's what we're trying to do. So I mean,
and then, what else have I done? I have an exclusive boyfriend these days.
We were actually bringing that, we were bringing it up, your sex life, over the past few episodes, so apparently it's a lot better.
It's a lot better.
Well,
but you know what? It wasn't. I won't lie to you. It wasn't bad before.
Yeah. Well, you went through a stretch where you had none.
I did.
So I don't.
A long time.
I know. I'm married, so I know what that stretch is. I mean, I know exactly what that stretch is. So, all right. So
Arbor Day is weirdly his favorite
holiday.
holiday.
New job. So you've had a busy month. New job, new boyfriend. Anything else?
I am like 15 pounds till my goal weight.
Woot woot!
I've lost like 104 pounds.
That's it, everybody. That's good time shit. That is great. You're looking fantastic, by the way, so we are extremely happy. So, Mandy, You have not been on with us for a long time. If any long-term people who have listened to the show, Mom, Dad, appreciate it, But Mandy was on
Heaven
with
doesn't
with
count.
her weight loss journey and everything. And we've got Mandy on as guest contributor today because Glenn has the week off. So, Mandy, what have you been up to since the last time you've been on the show?
For the past 6 months.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure.
Well,
I think it's been longer than that, hasn't it? I had a birthday.
normal everyday life stuff. I haven't been on any spectacular vacations like you.
Not everybody can.
I know.
I'm the host of the show. I get all kinds of perks. So that's how that's how it works.
I don't have any new boyfriends, which is probably very good for my husband.
I don't think
Or
David
maybe
knows.
not.
Exactly. Or maybe not. Exactly. So I don't know.
But is it good for you, Mandy?
He's in Wisconsin this weekend, so we're good.
She's been playing single lady for the weekend, and
I
she's
did.
just been living it up. Let me tell you, in bed by 10 and freaking having a good time. We did go out and have drinks last night. It was kind of fun. So everybody give it up for Jim. Jim, how are you? Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it. What have you been up to? Before we get into your segments and all that stuff, give a little background of who you are, what you do, what you like, good stuff.
Your blood type, your mother's maiden name.
Mother's social security number.
Last four at
and you need
least.
to, and we did order food that's on your credit card. That's what happens with all our guests. But-
Welcome.
And my internet password.
yeah.
No, so I'm a teacher, and just the past month, well, actually the past 4 months, been taking care of a couple chocolate labs.
That'd be my wife's thing. So
Oh yeah, there's,
Chocolate men or chocolate labs?
it could be both.
yeah, they've been a handful, but everything has been just like Mandy, just daily.
Just daily
Doing
grind,
the daily
and
grind,
nothing. But
yeah.
nothing until somebody wins the lottery and says we're out of here or whatever.
Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Is it true once you go chocolate, you never go
It's,
back?
yes.
Well, here's the thing. My wife and I have had white labs, black labs,
And
golden labs, yellow labs, Great Danes. She's always wanted a chocolate lab. We ended up getting the last set of pups we had were a mix of black lab, chocolate lab, but they were Rotties.
Aw.
And we finally broke down, and a buddy of mine said his dogs had a litter he didn't expect, and I said, we'll take 2.
Wow.
Wow.
That's all.
So-
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So you have 4 dogs right now?
No, we have 2.
Okay, good.
And they're puppies then.
Yes, they are puppies. We just had our female fixed,
Nice.
and we're keeping the male intact.
Typical.
They're
Damn straight. Come on now.
It's always the girl that gets fixed.
Yeah.
we've always had females, except for the first puppy we had, and the one we have now currently. And so, he's the first one that we haven't had fixed.
That's so
All
good.
our dogs have been fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
We
wife-
do the same thing. We don't. I mean, we're not breeders. I don't ever want to do that. So.
Yeah, that's
And I don't know if you're a Chihuahua and a Rat Terrier. Or whatever. I don't know if those two, or a pug and whatever the hell. If
Phoebe would make beautiful babies.
Phoebe's dumb as a rock. Your dog.
You
If
wish she was
you're
dumb as a rock. You're just jealous of her hair.
But Jim, we appreciate you being on. We're going to get into your stories, and hey, we're going to ask you some probably off the wall questions about
Okay.
30 years of teaching. So we're going to do that. So Andrea, so I spent all day today getting our new stupid news kind of music going or whatever. So do you want to hear it? So
Obviously.
because now it's a regular segment now. And by the way, thanks for doing all your homework on that. Right? You know
I
what
have
mean?
some pretty good
But you
stories.
know, it did take me a little while to do. So this is our stupid news segment
Here
now.
we go. Hold you.
I'm a little bit
Oh,
drunk,
that's why a little bit
I'm
drunk one.
bit
Sorry.
drunk 'cause I'm drinking.
This is our first one.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking,
I feel like that should be later on in the
drinking.
That is, it's gonna be. I hit the wrong button, so shut up, all you. Okay, shut up, all you. I appreciate you staying until the end. Okay. So, anyways, here is our new stupid news one. Okay.
Beavis and Butthead.
It's our news. So that's our new stupid news intro. Do you like it? One more time.
Sam, stop looking me in the eyes.
I think it's pretty
Is this Jeff Dunham?
No, it's just I found him on the internet and I plus spliced him together, and I kind of like for stupid news. I think it goes right along our
I
line.
feel like it's the one.
Talk
character
into the
from-
microphone.
I feel like it's one of the characters from Jeff Dunham. Like
One more
the-
time. Come on, this is perfect for
It
stupid
is.
news. So I think it's
What do you
perfect.
got for us
Okay, no, we
today?
got to do the intro. Hold on, we can't. We got to do
Oh,
the
that
intro.
wasn't the intro?
And now it's time for stupid news with Andrea. Guys, give it up for her. Come on now, give it up for her.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'm
so-
gonna take a good swig of
All
this.
right, so we
Coors Light
always
in a
this
can.
is our new thing we've been doing. She wanted a little segment of her own, so we got to go ahead and give her stupid news. And what do you got for us? What's your stupid news today?
Okay. So apparently earlier this week in Chicago, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile flipped over on its side and made the whole highway shut down for 2.5 hours while they tried to get the Wienermobile back on its wheels.
Did it really?
Yes.
Was there full hot dog? I remember there was a job opening and they were looking for people. You had to have like a master's degree in something. I'm like, to drive the Wienermobile? I'm like,
So did everyone get free wieners?
yeah.
I don't know. But there is no injuries reported.
Well, that's
So-
very good. So that's
Wiener's still intact.
So that's not really like a stupid. That's I don't know how it's done.
Well,
you know.
That's pretty
It is
stupid.
kind of stupid because how do you flip over a Wienermobile?
And how do you not get it up for
And-
2.5 hours?
and how-
That
down
sounds
the
like a
highway?
personal problem
You know?
right there.
Yeah,
I don't
how do you
know.
not get it up?
Can't get your wiener up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, everybody's got that problem every now and then. We
And I'm
get
pretty-
you girls have to understand, okay?
Maybe it just needed a little bit of pill.
It just
It needed the fix.
needed a little fluff, man. That's all it needed was a little fluff.
Needed
That's
a
all
little
we
bit of
needed.
fluff.
So Wienermobile dumps over. Okay,
So the
second
next,
one.
the
What's your next
second one
stupid
is
news? Come on.
actually pretty funny.
Okay.
So you all know dolphins. And we all know that dolphins are pretty smart. They're known for being highly intelligent, highly whatever, fun dolphins, whippy. So it says that dolphins deliberately get high on pufferfish toxins by carefully chewing and passing them around.
Oh my God, Mark is going to so get a puffer.
I'm gonna get a
fish.
puffer fish. I gotta try.
So
Absolutely, I am.
I think we just
Who's joining me?
I think we just discovered Uncle Mark's spirit animal.
Yeah.
It's the dolphin. It is the dolphin.
Except for
Or is
except
it
for
the
the
puffer
intelligence.
I think it might be the puffer
It
fish.
says
That's what
dolphins are thought of as one of the most intelligent species in the animal kingdom, and experts believe that they put their brains together in
So-
the pursuit of getting high.
This is perfect. So this is the two dolphins communicating after they're doing a
So,
puffer fish.
This puffer fish, the toxins that it pushes out can be deadly, but in small amounts it's known to produce a narcotic effect. And the dolphins appear to have worked out to make this fish release just the right amount by carefully chewing and puffering the fish.
They puffer. They're
it up.
puffering the puffer fish. That's what they're doing.
Marine animals then enter what seems to be a trance-like state.
I'm
So-
sorry. It's too perfect. Come on.
So that's your stupid news that dolphins like to get high.
Okay, I'll give you this. All right, I'll give you the stupid news. Not bad. The second one was much better than the first one,
Well,
but
you have to have like one that's like meh.
meh.
You have to have like a meh stupid news. Not all of them can be over the top.
Oh, okay. Are you saving more for before you just walk in and get our stupid news going?
I don't know what you're talking
I don't know what you're talking about
I
at
was
all. Hell
prepared.
no. Exactly. Just like the ticker talker. And
I just like to make you be on your toes, Harvey.
I am. I'm always happy you're here, or Andrew. Always happy you're here. So that's it for stupid news. We're going to keep that because I think stupid news is actually going to be pretty
I
good.
think it's going to be really good. I just feel like Andrea probably just needs to look a little more in the Midwest for the stupid news. And I can say that because that's where I'm from.
You got stupid news that you got a stupid news? Give us one stupid news story,
No,
Mandy.
Nope. I'm just saying that if you look at news in like Kentucky or
Look at
Bama.
she's calling them out. as our 4 listeners in Kentucky are like, fuck you! Fuck you
I'm
guys!
just going to say Kentucky right now. Then you're probably going to find some stupid news.
We'll look for some backwoods stuff. We'll look for somebody eating a squirrel or something like that.
Is
You know,
where
My uncle did
yeah,
that.
that's true. We did do that. So. Yeah, there probably is some. We don't talk
Actually-
politics on the
actually-
show, and a lot are politics.
actually it's
I didn't
not
like that.
Kentucky. I'm sorry, Kentucky. It's Florida. Look at Florida stories.
Oh, God.
That's stupid news.
yeah,
I don't
Florida.
have time. I don't have enough time in the day to go through all that.
Oh, you could have enough for a year if
Yeah,
you just look on that.
absolutely.
So you definitely look that.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a little break, but we're going to come back and we're going to hear stupid news from our 30-year teacher. We're going to have fun with this, sir. We're going to go ahead. They're going to be off-the-wall questions. They're not going to be like, you're such a great teacher. You mold minds. Hell no. That's not what everybody wants to hear. So that's not what we want to hear. So, guys, we are going to be right back. Stick around. And we're back with our Warp World. We are really excited tonight. We really are, guys. We don't normally get a chance to get a 30-year teacher on that can actually talk about kids from 30 years ago all the way to now because they're bastards. I mean, so, they really are. I mean, I can't even imagine what you've seen over the last 30 years. But, Jim, what do you do? What do you teach? What's your background? What'd you start at? All that good stuff. Into the mic. There you go.
Sorry. My starting point was not to be a teacher.
What was it to be?
I was going to be in TV production.
Oh, shit. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's why he's here.
That's we finally got some talent on this show.
So I actually was going to be in TV production. I wanted to own a TV station, run TV, and found out the direction that I took was the hardest path to get into TV production. So ended up working sales for marketing, and my wife ended up working in school district. And I came home one night after wearing ties all summer in 120-degree weather in Arizona, and I said, I've had enough. She's got a tan and I'm sweating and hanging myself with this tie. So I started school the day after ASU opened. Went into the business office, got a loan, signed up, got my classes, started class that night, and just lit it up for the next year and a half. And I was told I could teach business or I could teach math. And my counselor said, business is open, but you're guaranteed a job in math.
That is true. I guess if you look at it that way, absolutely. So that's that. Did you start out because you do high school, right? You teach high school. Did you
I
start
teach
out high school?
Yes,
So it's been high school all the way through.
all the way through.
All right. So now we want to know. I do, because teaching has got to be 3 times different 30 years ago than what it's been over the last 5 years, and what you've kind of seen from the kids, the parents, your whole. What have you seen? It's just got to. I mean, we all have questions for this because it's just so much different. I mean, it's just completely different.
Well, can we just say that Andrea wasn't born?
When he
When he
started,
started
right?
teaching.
That is.
Or I
That's how.
was just born. Thank you. 30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, anyways.
She was 7 months old.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
7 months. I might have been interwomb. It doesn't matter. I was coexisting somewhere.
So what have you seen? What irritates you now? I mean, you're in any industry for 30 years. Something pisses you off all the time.
I think the answer is kids.
Kids for 100.
Actually, you'll be surprised. It's not the kids. that
Probably
bother
the
me.
parents.
No, the politics.
It's the
Testing.
politics and the paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
With paperwork though, I mean, really though.
There's
I mean,
a lot of paperwork.
I don't know this.
When I first started teaching, it was basically just you go in and you teach the basic skills, and you get these kids to pass grades, pass the tests, get to graduation. And as the years went on, more and more lawyers stepped in and said, did you do this? Did you do that? And so now, as time passes, you have to start proving that you're doing your job, and you have to start documenting, and you have to start checking boxes and filling out paperwork, and you have to start doing more and more that's not teaching than teaching.
Yeah, it couldn't be fun at all. I never wanted to get into. I like kids; they're great, they're fantastic, but I can't imagine what you've had to go through. And I guess my question is also with the woke now. I mean, and the genders and all that good stuff and everything that you had to deal with. Because back in, they still had guys that dressed up like they were feminine. They were. I mean, you probably still saw that, but now it's more prevalent. And how did over the course of 30 years did you see this coming with the kids? What do you think caused it? I have no problem if you're woke, whatever you want to be. I'm going to go on record and say I got no problem. But did you see the progression go over 30 years?
Actually, no. When we saw kids that were questioning their sexuality early in the day, no big deal. When we see them now, it's no big deal. We don't care. Most of the time, we just want the kids in the classroom. And a lot of times, the success of ourselves is reliant on the success of the students. The problem being is if the students aren't there, they can't be successful and we can't be successful. So getting the kids in class, that's the biggest thing.
Is there more BS going on from the top end of the woke thing? I'm talking administration, everything like that, of what you got to adhere to and everything else. You don't care, but obviously the school districts care. So they're going to throw down, crack down, or say, now you have to accept this, you have to do this, you have to do that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, all of that paperwork and all of those mandates, we don't see it so much here as other parts of the country, but there's things you don't talk about in school. One of them is politics, but more and more school-based decisions are now political, and they shouldn't be. Kids need to know how to read, write. They need to know how to calculate. They need to know how to reason and think.
Okay. And what's your take on year-round school? Do you think it's good for the kids? I know they still go the same amount of time. They still going to school the same amount of days and everything else like that. But are you more of a fan of doing that as a teacher, where you're not Memorial Day to Labor Day off like it usually was when we went to school, and everything with the week off for Christmas and all that same stuff?
Well, when we were less industrialized, farm countries, the whole reason the Labor Day to Memorial Day to Labor Day vacation was so that the crops could be brought in. That's all farmland. There's not as many farms now. So the adjustment in the school schedule is really no big deal. A lot of kids, based on socioeconomic status, location in city or suburbs, some kids need to work. And so depending on when they work, there's got to be options for the kids to either work and come to school late and work, go to school later in the evening, or they need to work after school. So as far as the yearly schedule, that doesn't make a difference to anybody.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's actually a really interesting take, because I had no idea that's why it was set up like that. I just figured it was to not give kids 3 full months. They don't need it. They get into trouble kind of, stuff, and you just don't want to keep them out for 3 months.
So the crops come in. You got to bring the food in.
Oh, I didn't. That's actually interesting.
I always thought it was they did the year-round modified because nobody wants to be outside in this blistering heat.
But that's only here.
Yeah,
in Arizona, it's a good option because it's air conditioned. Bring the kids in. You don't really do much farming here in Arizona other than
Anymore.
Dairies. But even those are disappearing. But yeah, it's the year round doesn't make a difference. A lot of schools are adopting it. So,
well, before we get into the fun nitty gritty, I know Mandy had a couple questions that she wanted to throw your way for about the parents and about had a couple of them we were talking about off the air. So
yeah. So my mom also was a teacher for 36 years, older than you by far, but. So she noticed a difference in the kids' attitudes, or maybe the parents' attitudes after I'll say Tiger Woods, when he became kind of successful, right, with golf. Parents were more, oh, my kid has to play soccer can't really study for his math exam because my mom also taught math for 5th and 6th grade. So, she would have arguments with the parents a lot. Like, well, that's great that I'm super happy that your kid had soccer last night, but they're flunking math. So they can no longer play soccer in school.
Yeah.
Did you have that problem where like the parents decided that like sports were more important than education at one point in time?
Yeah, I see that a lot. One of the reasons I refuse to coach is because I'm of the old school where you want a position on the team, then you earn it. You work your butt off and you'll be there. I don't care how talented you are. It's your effort that puts you in the starting role. Since we've been moving as a society towards, everybody wants to be an all-star athlete because that's where the money is. Not every kid's an all-star athlete. And those that are naturally talented don't have the work ethic to be great. And so I think the parents want it more than the kids. And I won't deal with the politics of the...
Well, you shouldn't as a 30-year team. That's why that's why I was curious.
That's part of the reason I think that my mom eventually retired is she was just tired of, like, she loved the kids. She loved the challenge of, like, teaching kids. She just, the politics and, like, the parents just kind of attacking teachers about
Everything.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, my kid doesn't have time to do homework tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we did when we were growing
Yeah,
up.
we all. I
you-
mean, I don't. That's what I'm wondering too. How has that changed? I mean, we all had homework when we were in high school, and
When I was in high school, the rule was I did my homework before I could go out. And those that were motivated or that were athletes way back when, we were usually doing the homework in class while the teacher's going over the homework from yesterday.
right? Yeah.
And we knew the game and we played it better than the teachers did. And so nowadays there's excuses for not doing the work. There's excuses for missing things or not turning things in. And yeah, there are some excuses. Depends on where you teach. I mean, there's the affluent schools. Kids are maybe doing more homework, maybe not. But those that aren't doing the homework, there's excuses. And kids that are in not so affluent schools, they have some better excuses, more reasonable excuses for not doing the work. And sometimes that's not the focus for the family. I mean, like I was talking before, it's like some kids need to work to help the family. So
Do you think we've gotten dumber over 30 years? Do you think the kids have gotten dumber?
I think over COVID, we got really stupid.
I was going to ask, did
That-
you guys lose students over COVID? Like, did they decide to do the online classes instead of coming back, or?
I think the parents may have found that the online was easier to maneuver,
Yeah.
but learning online really does take a lot of effort and focus, more so than being in the classroom. Because in the classroom, you can really get a lot by the way the students react, by the way the teacher bounces off information. And you got to be a really special student to excel online, in my opinion. It's not for everybody.
You have to be pretty self-disciplined.
Absolutely.
Were there any cool stories where one of the kids just put it on, just froze their picture and like, you froze up again? I can't have anything fun like that.
Well, we've had a couple of people try and hack in, and flash X-rated.
Nice. You need to call me when that happens so I can get it. You need to let me know. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, when everybody went online with COVID, the teachers weren't really trained for that particular type of.
Well, hell no. That's what I'm saying. You guys don't. Everyone was learning something different every day, man.
Yeah, and so as genius as the teachers were, the kids were even smarter because they were. I mean, you'd hear about one teacher's like, some kid hacked my class. Hack the class? How do you hack your class? He just totally locked the class up.
Really?
And it's like, what? And then not 3 days later, another teacher's like, oh, kid hacked my class. And so
That's crazy.
it is.
That's amazing. So you just basically, what do you do if it didn't happen to you, obviously, but it happened to your cohorts?
Yeah, a couple of teachers I know. It's I think it went further with other school districts. It just wasn't talked about.
See, now it's so different because when we went to high school and we wanted to get in trouble, what you talked to me the other day about jumping out of a snowbank or whatever and just, getting in trouble with that. I didn't hack computer systems to freaking not get my class to work.
That's because we're old and we didn't have computer systems.
I had a Commodore 64 that I learned on. That was my first
we're not talking
Commodore.
about the 1800s over here.
Whatever.
So that
whatever.
is actually a question I had for you, Jim. So obviously in 30 years, everything's changed, right? So you went from like literally bringing papers home and grading them and having report cards that you had to like fill out
Right.
to everything being
Digital.
email and digital. Like, what's been the hardest part of that transition for you? Because
Ooh.
we're not super young. Like, we didn't grow
We're
up.
not super old.
Well,
Well-
we're not super old. You're right. But we didn't grow up on computers. Like,
Right.
I grew up in like 7th grade. 6th grade is when we started like playing games on
Oregon Trail.
where is Carmen San Diego on computers. Like, so those were, it wasn't like you were doing everything on your computer. It
I
was
gotcha.
you were literally playing a couple games, just kind of learning things, to now everything.
Right.
For a teacher, that's a big change.
Well, when I first started teaching, it was all paper. When it got to about early mid 90s, we ended up getting the Apple, the square box Apple computers,
Oh.
and the 2Es, I think they called them. And then it just progressed from there. The thing that really threw me was I'm a PC guy, and when we were given apples, it's like I didn't like it to begin with. It's like, no, give me a PC. I'll take a PC. I'll run circles around it. Apple, it's like, oh, I got to go through training for it.
I've been here 20 years. I don't want to do this shit.
Do you think one of the hardest adjustments of going digital is that parents have access to you all the time? Like being able to email you?
They didn't
all
back in the day.
time,
Exactly.
right.
30 years ago, they had to come in, and
Or
half
you
the
had to
time they're not going to
call
come in.
them, or
Yeah.
now they can just send you, "Dear Mr. Jim, little Timmy," and they said, and you're just like, "Oh, this bitch."
Yeah, because I remember back in the day, if you ditched school, you had to get home by like 3:45 because that automated message was called. So you had to pick up the phone. Your son missed class today, so if you didn't pick up the phone,
No, now they have your parents' cell phones.
I
How terrible
know
is that?
it's
I
horrible,
wanna let
man.
you
Or they
know
got
that
the
they
email.
still
You
did
just
that
had to
in
get
my high school.
you just had to get home before the recorder went off and your
3:45,
parents heard it.
exactly. It was the same time. It was like a standard thing that went out. So as long as who is it? Wrong number. Whatever, Dad. That's all it was. So
Yeah.
They still did that at my high school. They had like if I ditched school, but luckily, my mom didn't care. So
yeah, that's not much. So now you're a math teacher. So you're giving me homework or you're doing whatever. I just go to ChatGPT and say, "Hey, show my work on this thing." How are you watching that now? How is that?
We actually have programs that will analyze all of the answers, and we can find out whether or not it's plagiarized, if it's Chat GPT, and real simple, You
But in math,
you cheat, it's a 0.
But in math, I could see. Okay, so I'm going to show my work. If you jab GPT, what if it's the exact same work? And you're saying I plagiarized, but I'm like, no, it's the exact same work.
So it's a little different with math, because with math, you actually have to prove your answers.
Right.
So what I do is I actually when I have the kids working on computers, I'll do a web check, and I know the 3 or 4 biggest cheat sites that will give you answers, and they'll actually give you the full answer.
And have you had a real stupid kid just turn in a whole test off of AI?
Yeah, they all think they can cheat, and the funny thing is when computers were first introduced, I actually told my class, I said, look, I've cheated before, and I've been caught, and I know if you cheat, I will catch you. So I'm going to tell you, don't cheat. And when somebody does, I'm just going to sit there and put them on blast and say, hey, why did you cheat? And I only ask them nicely because I know why they did it. Well, they were either with their girlfriend or boyfriend, or they didn't want to do the work. They got lazy. So it's like, okay. But I'll ask them nicely and say, why did you do it? And they'll come up with a story, but I already know the story.
It is. So, who's your shittiest kid? Who's the kid you just freaking that sticks out in your mind over 30 years, and you're like, this little pecker ass bastard freaking to this day chaps my hide, man. There has to be one.
Yeah, teachers do play favorites.
My mom.
Yeah, that's another good question. I'm glad you said that because I was going to. Did you have your favorites? Did you have your
they
pets?
may not outwardly show it, but it's just like having a kid. One's always your favorite.
My mom literally sent me to the principal twice. Twice.
You obviously were not her favorites. You obviously were not her favorites.
And I had to call her by her, like, Mrs. Whatever.
Well, you can't call her mom in school. That's a professional workplace.
Most people do call their mom's mom in school.
Oh, not no.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I would want that. If you were my daughter and you're like, Dad, I'd be like, it's Mr. T or Mr. Tarbori in the
Yeah,
room.
exactly.
Apparently, I was a terrible child because, again, my mom sent me to the principal twice. Although it could have just been her being like, you know what, just get out of my face.
I've seen you 24 hours.
Here's what I would ask you though, and this is what parents usually don't ask. What did you do wrong?
Everything. I was
Okay, so
totally deserving of going to the principal's office. Don't get me wrong.
no,
I
but
realize this.
that's the thing though,
Yeah.
is nowadays it's if a kid is in trouble, they don't ask the kid, what did you do? They ask the parents or they ask the teachers and say, what did you do?
So, as a child of a teacher, I was always wrong. I was always guilty until proven innocent when it came against my teachers. Always. 100%. My teacher was always right and I was always wrong.
I keep it open,
No,
but
my mom did not.
I keep it open, but
There were 2 circumstances in my life where I proved my case and I was good. But
right.
I wasn't a bad child, don't get me wrong, but definitely maybe a little mischievous.
I mean, you had to have a kid that sticks out, and you've also had to have one that maybe even outsmarted you, pulled the wool over here, and you're like, that little shit, man. he win, he beat me, he got me, you know.
I did have a kid try and pick a fight with me.
Like a fist fight?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, this was.
And if you guys don't know right now, our teacher he's in very good shape. He's a big boy. So,
He has a flat top.
Yeah,
for
he
God's
is.
sake.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't got. You're not
He's
messing
not
around with
fucking
him.
around.
Yeah, exactly.
I did have a kid. This is long ago. Probably mid '90s. He did try to pick a fight with me, and I just sat there. And I was like, "This is going to end badly." and he backed off, but he got in my face, and I was like, "I'm the wrong guy."
Now back
I'm
then,
the
could
wrong guy.
you self-defend? Could you? Because nowadays you can't do that. You can't do anything. But
No.
back in the day when they were still swatting kids and crap like that, there was nothing you.
No, you just. I got a classroom full of students. I'm not going to put the kid on the ground. I mean,
Well, and they literally weren't allowed to
I-
swat kids in the mid 90s.
That's
Well, I got swatted in
you weren't
early
in mid 90s.
early '80s, whatever it was.
yeah.
Well,
Different.
there's a difference.
Well,
That's
that's the thing too. Is in nowadays you can't intervene with security. You can't actually break up a fight, which
What?
if kids are fighting, you have to have security come in, and they have to break up the fight or stop the fight somehow. But the thing is, if somebody's in danger and you have the ability to prevent somebody from getting hurt, that's, in my eyes, that's a moment where you need to be involved. Loud voices don't work in those situations. But,
Gotcha. Yeah, that
but
makes sense.
You can't do that now. Back in the 90s, security needed help. Teachers were there helping. I mean, we had teachers that would, the football coaches were always coming out.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, stop, But nowadays you can't do that. And the problem being is that even though the intentions are good, it's the results that are the problem. Just putting yourself in between two kids that are fighting, you'll get hurt. And then now it becomes legal matters. And it's tough. Yes.
Well, that's where my next lead in is. You've got to be politically correct, so you really can't answer this question, but I want you to because nobody knows who you are, so we're not going to do that. Who is the stupidest kid? I mean, kids aren't the smart. I mean, you had to have just like, what the? You're just a dumb kid. You're just a stupid. What did you think you would get away with that? I mean, there's got to be. You see that probably every day where you're like, how are you this dumb? You can't be this dumb.
Well, there's been some questionable decisions from students.
You see, that's the politically PC
Do you
correct.
not see people at work and be like, how did you get through
Yes,
high
I do.
school?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean,
How did you get through life?
There's people I question, and it's not just students, coworker. I mean, I've seen people. It's like, how do you tie your shoes in the morning?
They have Velcros.
they have.
They don't have to. They have hey dudes. They just slip on.
They did.
But I mean, where do you think we stand now from 30 years ago with kids and where we're at? Do you think we're in a better position? Obviously, we are because of technology and everything else that has happened. But as for them learning and everything else, where are we better off or are we worse off? Take away the technology part, because of course the technology is going to put us in a whole different. We're not as dumb as we were 30 years ago because of technology, but kids in general.
And is it because of the new math?
Oh my god.
Oh, the new math. That's a whole nother show, Mandy. That's a whole nother show.
That's something I was going to step into. But the biggest thing in education, somebody comes up with a new idea on how they think that it's going to help students learn better and become smarter.
Oh, good.
And it cycles. And so the problem is every 4 to 6 years, a new theory or a new design comes out for education.
By people that
The
aren't
new math.
educators.
And that's true for most of it.
Yes.
The thing is, the one that got me the most was when they started doing integrated math. And there has to be a level of skill that a student has in order to understand the integrated math. And the problem is where kids that are in lower SES groups, they don't have those basic skills.
Did they back then? Do you think they did even 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
Well, that's when this cycle came
Okay,
through. It was
gotcha,
about
okay.
15 years ago. And the problem being is that those basic skills weren't mastered by the kids. It's like your times tables, knowing, brain,
We had to do
memory.
them.
Miss Mandy, you had your hand up. Yes, you were very polite. Look at that. She didn't just talk out of turn. Look at that. Miss Mandy, yes, you go ahead.
She was a teacher's kid.
I was a teacher's kid. and I'm not super young. So we're speaking of times tables, did you guys have that little machine where it was 1 through 10 and then 1 through 10 down? And literally you would press the button and it would tell you like 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2. And then like all the way down to 100.
We had a piece of paper.
I had a piece of
And
No.
they had to do the cross.
No,
it's
this
like
was-
10 times 4.
I cheated off the person
It
next
was,
to me.
it was so my mom as a math teacher bought me this when I was like 6. And literally I knew all my times tables by the time I was like 7 because I just press a button.
You were
and it would
a
tell me.
Doogie Howser, weren't you? You were a genius.
She still is.
Well,
I've seen her on Excel.
although I will tell you that if you give me new math, I'm not a genius at all. Like I can't figure that shit out at all. I'm like I can get you an answer, but it's not going to be the way your teacher wants you to get it.
Listen, forget this new math. I don't even get the old
I
math.
don't even. I mean, I know. So we are at Jim. We could talk all night, but we're actually running really good on time. We're coming. Jim is going to play a little game with us. This is our game. We always do it, but this time he's in charge, and he is going to test me, Andrea, and Mandy's math skills. And can you pass my class? And Jim, explain what it's going to be. So when we come back from the break, explain what we're going to be doing. So
4th
Okay,
grade
so-
level.
that's perfect.
Nothing
Yeah,
more
it's-
than my fingers.
I have 4th grade through 11th grade on this quiz, but I'm actually going to only ask a few questions.
Is that a diagram
Because I
over
bet
there?
first one, it's a diagram.
Is that a triangle?
Dear
With
Lord.
degrees is?
I didn't know we were going into algebra. What the hell's
I
going
never
on?
took trig.
I give up on geometry. I hated
Dear
geometry.
Lord.
I'm not doing it.
All right, guys, we're going to be right back. We're going to play our game. Stick
Or
around.
will
We'll
we
be right back.
back? Prison.
All right, we are back. We are actually going to be playing our game. This is going to be fun. But Mandy is bowed out. Mandy did not even want to take the test. She was like, screw this. I didn't sign up. She actually left. No, she stormed out. So, we have another millennial that stepped in. He graduated from Yale. We want to make sure that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. If only.
Yeah, but it's Kanan. But you are college educated. Am I correct?
sorry, what was his name?
Unfortunately, I am. Yeah.
So you are college educated. So you should. You're right. This is the ringer of the bunch because
Oh, what? Because I'm a hairdresser, I'm
yeah,
not a ringer?
exactly. And I'm a DJ, so I'm not a ringer
no, don't
either,
be
so.
don't be too sure about that. I haven't taken a math class
Wait.
since 2012. So
This is what I want to know. Is your degree in psychology? Because I think mine.
No, I have my degree. My major was in cybersecurity and my
Oh.
minor was in criminal justice.
Holy
just
dear
cybersecurity? No
Lord,
big
yeah,
deal.
Whatever. I just saved the enterprise from dying.
I
so.
definitely have the loan debt to go along with it. Don't be.
Have your mom pay for it. She's fine.
Yeah, I know.
She's right
You're
there.
not a good hacker if you still have
Mom,
one
if
debt.
you
right.
Mom, if you loved me, you would pay for my college.
That's
about how that
that's
works.
damn right.
So it
I
is,
didn't
so.
ask to be born.
So we are playing. Can you pass my class? So apparently, Jim, explain it. What do we explain how we're doing this?
Okay, so I have a quiz here that ranges anywhere from 4th grade up to 11th grade. Now, after hearing some of the comments from earlier, I figured, okay, I'll just stick to page 2.
What are you trying to say, Jim?
4th and 5th grade, and I'm gonna think that's good. I think that's good with the philosophy. I think that's perfect. So.
Yeah, so it's going to be fairly easy.
You know what, Jim? I think this is why you're a math teacher, because you don't know the definition of the word game.
I'm going to try and walk you through it a little bit.
All right. Where's the whiteboard? We need the whiteboard too. So, all right, pass them out. Let's get this game. Let's
remember
see.
the little whiteboards you'd have to use in class? They were like tiny.
Yes.
Yes, I had that.
I didn't have those.
Can you pass those down, please?
Oh yeah, Mandy
Take
chickened
one
out
down,
on this. She
pass it
wasn't doing
around.
it. This is about where. Oh, that wrong one. This is what wrong
You're
answers
better
are
at
going to
this when
be.
you're
I know, I am absolutely. So there we go. All right, give me one of these things. All right. So,
I got to use one to read.
I gotta use one to read.
and this is how long it's been. I have to use glasses for God's sakes to read this. Okay, so you were going to read. You were going to read. Because we want people at home to read what we're doing. Here's what we're doing here. So you need to give them the answers and stuff like that. So you got to let them and we can work
you
it out
let him
while.
talk
Will
so
you
he can
shut
tell
up?
us you're just like, this is what you need to do.
Okay, go Jim, go. It's all you. It's all you, Jim.
I've had one of those in class.
Yeah, that's the most annoying kid. Is that fucking guy?
Oh, that sucks. You know what? I'm going to shut this damn thing off.
So
You can
yeah,
all
so
go
what,
home.
what we're hearing is that Mark was one of the shitheads he was talking about earlier. That's what I'm
Who
hearing.
brought this kid?
What's your name, Kanan?
Okay, here we go. I'm shutting up now.
Wow.
Okay, so first question. If you pay $11 for 1 apple and 9 bananas and pay $7 for 3 apples and 1 banana, how much does an apple and a banana cost?
Listen,
If I pay $11 for 1 apple,
11 is higher than my fingers.
And
so
9
I'm gonna have to go
bananas.
onto my toes.
You can't.
Kanan's already got it going.
look at
Dear
him.
Lord.
It's because he's a cybersecurity.
$7 for 3 apples and a banana.
Oh my god.
How much does an apple and 1 banana cost?
I don't do word problems.
This is a grocery shopping problem.
This is a gross. I don't even know where to start.
This podcast is a prison.
This is awful. Dear Lord. Okay.
Uncle Mark said this was going to be fun.
You know, I always was told, by everybody, if you don't know what the answer is, you pick C.
You know what?
That's what I was told all the time. Okay.
Here's a little hint. If you look at answer A, an apple costs $-1.
No.
So that's wrong. Thank you. Okay, Alex,
Oh,
hold
you know
on.
what?
X
This
out
is
A.
like- this is like
X out A.
This is like when you play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you get the 50-50. You're like, I'll use my 50-50. And they take off 2 bad answers.
Can I phone a friend right now with this question? I
Who are you
wondered if,
gonna phone? Nobody knows
I
that.
don't know who I'm going to be able to call.
Call the wood.
All right, I'm answering.
I'm going B.
I'm going B.
No, I already said it first.
Well, we can have the same answer. I mean, it's like, Kanan, what are you saying?
Oh, well, considering the fact that all the other answers are some form of nonsense, I'm gonna go B.
Correct.
Yeah! Yeah!
What grade was this?
That one actually happens to be 8th grade.
I'm
Yes.
smarter than an 8th grader.
So the answer is $2 for an apple and $1 for the banana.
So can I just say?
You're not playing.
Can I just say that the one person who actually figured it out is fuck you both.
Andrea, this is how we're gonna play this game. We're gonna let him and well,
don't tell the strategy.
and
Don't tell
every
the strategy.
every time I'll just be like, okay, Kanan, what do you think?
Well, one of these times, I'm just not gonna answer and make you figure it out.
Okay, Jim, what's the second one? Here we're all 1 for 1 right now. We're all
Okay.
1 for 1.
4th grade question.
I know this one.
You don't have to. Do you want to kick my dog next? 4th grade question. You made a big thing. 4th grade.
You know
Fourth
that he
grade.
looked right at you, too.
He did look right at me.
Not to see his reflection on your head.
That's just not
but
right.
to deepen your soul.
Oh.
Which of these fractions are in simplest form? 2/4, 2/5,
Nope.
3/3,
Yes.
3/6, 3/9.
I know the answer right away.
I say C.
Are you kidding?
Oh.
You think C is the simplest form of a fraction?
He said if he doesn't know it, he's going to pick C.
What is 3 out of 3? That's a 1.
One.
Simplest fraction is.
Oh,
The answer is
It's a reduced
The
fraction.
answer is 2/5 because you can't change it into any other fraction.
I'm like, I guess 5 into 20 is 40.40.
papers in front of us. And the
What are
answer
you
is
talking about?
Because if, am I right here? You would divide 5 into 2.
You don't
Actually,
divide
5 into
anything.
20.
No.
It's
You're not
0.40.
doing it right.
Mark, that's that new math.
Fraction.
But that's what I was taught.
Well, you're not.
So,
Don't listen to Mark.
so what you're doing is correct to change a fraction into
Don't
a
make him feel
decimal.
better.
But we're not doing that. We're trying to figure out what the smallest fraction
But you could figure it out that way because that would be 0.40.
No, it's not that.
No.
No.
No. Uncle Mark.
Which fraction can you not reduce?
3/3 is 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. All right. I missed one, so shut up.
All
okay?
right, Al. You just.
So you guys are up 2-1 if we're playing this stupid game. Who invited this guy anyways? I don't like you having teachers over. All right, the next one.
Okay.
Oh, I know it.
Will you? Hey, can we make this a little because I don't need to hear this from her jackass all for the next 20 minutes. All right.
All right. So the teacher wrote the following numerical pattern on the board:
Now pay attention.
5, 11, 17, 23, 29.
35.
Yes.
Yes. Is it 35?
No.
Oh, dear God. What the hell?
What the shit?
You got to let me ask the question.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
If I said what's the next number in the sequence, yes, that was correct. All right.
Oh.
The teacher then asked the students to write a similar pattern Which set
Oh.
of numbers follows the
missed the
teacher's
question.
pattern?
C.
We missed half the question.
You see?
It is C.
It's C.
We're both like 30
Right on. All right, so Kaden wasn't. He was writing shit down. We just came right off the end, right off our.
I like that he. Oh no, he is writing.
Us millennials have to write shit down. Okay,
Okay.
that's facts.
Well, you didn't really go on that one, so I think you're tied. I think we're going to count that as you lost.
Hey, you know what? Just because you're dumb doesn't mean we all have to be. Okay.
Can I get a name?
Oh no, this one's got to be tough. I don't even like this next one. Okay.
Okay, this is actually 9th grade.
Ooh.
Oh, algebra.
Yep.
I took it twice. I took algebra 1-2 twice, so that should
Okay.
tell you.
What is the slope of the line with the equation of y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5?
Huh?
What is the slope of the line of the equation y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5?
Tick, 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 tick.
4.
It's not even one of the answers. It's not even 4. It's not even one of the answers. 19. Na na na.
I'm trying to focus.
Na na na. Kanan, what did you get?
Don't tell him.
Hold on.
Are you graphing it?
No.
He is.
I was not specifically told that I couldn't Google, so
He's AI-ing. We're AI-ing. Go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, everybody.
Does anybody want a hint?
I do.
You have to do the multiplication first, right?
The equation is in slope-intercept form.
What the hell is slope-intercept form? What the hell is slope-intercept?
So where's the slope?
oh, it's
Negative half.
No, it's 5.
Am I
It's
right?
5, isn't it?
That's
That's
it's
the intercept.
no.
Negative
It's-
1/2 is
It's
correct.
negative 1.
Yeah! Screw you and screw you.
I didn't even
yeah! Look at me. I'm surging to the top. I'm surging to the top. No, I actually put it in pretty layman's form. I got
That was not just your head that looks like
That's
a dick.
it.
It's
That
the
was
rest of
perfect.
you.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm on a roll now. I'm on a roll. Here we go.
Okay, so the next one is evaluate the expression 3 plus brackets 2 plus parentheses 3 times 1 parentheses brackets minus 1.
And what grade is this?
I think it was grade 5 or 6.
Do the parentheses first.
It's
PEMDAS.
It's correct. It's order of operations.
Mm-hmm. I know the answer. A.
I say A. That's what I'm getting. Am I? Well, I have A too. I figured it.
What do you say?
Oh, I said A as well.
A is correct.
Yeah! Look at you know, you better bring some more tougher shit on, man, because we're getting these now. We're getting these. Okay,
Let's not go
we're
crazy.
going another page. We're going another page.
Page 3.
Page 3.
shit.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't want to go to page 3.
Oh my God! This has a graph. This has a graph. What the? Hell? This
Yeah,
has a graph.
tattoo.
Hey, we don't need to hear it from our groupies over here. Okay, can you keep that down? All right, here we go. All right.
Okay.
I fold.
We're going to skip the graph.
Thank
Thank
God. Thank you. Yes. My
Like,
God. All
I
right.
would not pass Jim's class, guys.
Holy crap.
I think I'd be a C.
Actually, you would probably pass my class because I teach you all this stuff.
Oh, good.
Well, that's assuming they pay attention.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do those things.
All right. So the next question, our second question on the page, it says solve for B. If the equation is A equals B times C, what does B equal?
Oh, it would be
C.
C divided. No, I think it's B.
I say C.
I'm gonna go with C.
C is correct.
Booyah!
Because the only way you can get B by itself is by
Divide.
dividing by C.
Andrea, you have been eliminated. Goodbye. it is.
You
It is.
are the
It is
witnesses.
now me and
Goodbye.
it is now me and Kanan. Next.
Listen, fuck you.
Yeah,
I got way
you
more
are-
right
you're-
on the first
You're out.
page.
I'm in charge of this game. You're out. So it's me and
No, we're not
Kanan.
even married 3
Next
times.
one that answers the correct answer will win. Here we go. All right, where are we going?
Why did I get eliminated?
You lost.
And this peckerhead who
You're still in.
Thanks, Jim.
Hey, what the hell's going on?
Hey, if she gets this right, you guys are out.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
All right.
Sure, you guys. I'm going home.
A backyard pool is shaped like a cylinder.
Cylinder. Mark.
Cylinder.
If the water in the pool is 6 feet deep and the pool has a diameter of 15 feet,
Oh, God.
how much water is the volume of water in the pool rounded to the nearest cubic foot?
How much wood? Get a woodchuck chuck. Get a woodchuck.
I'm out. I don't mind
You're
being
right.
eliminated.
Yeah.
And
6 feet deep.
I
for all
do.
those listeners out there, I may look dumb, but I am kind of cute. I may sound dumb.
I do actually remember this formula. so-
I don't know what the formula is at all. So I say B.
It's B.
Can you just say a different answer, Jim? Can you just say a different answer than B?
You guys don't underestimate the old folks, okay? Don't. I'm not. Now you're realizing I'm not that stupid. Yeah, are you? Huh?
You're the stupid looking.
All right, ready? We're still sudden death. Sudden death. Here we go. Pick a. Yeah,
Okay,
equation.
go
I'm
to
ready.
page one.
Pick a.
Can't even say it.
Third page.
Page 1.
Page one.
All right, here we go. Kim is 3 times as old as her cousin. The total of their ages is 36 years. How old is Kim's cousin?
I know it. I know it.
B. 12.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, oh, you gotta give me.
What do you mean? What? What?
You just gotta give me a second.
Uh,
You're just taking shots in the dark over there.
Yeah, no. You thought 12, right?
Yeah, I would have said 12 because if she's 36 and she's 3 times as old, 12 times 3 is 36.
What grade was
No,
this?
but it's the total of their ages is 36. It can't be 12.
Oh, then I'm out. If you get this, you win. Oh my God. Okay. little smart ass over there. Look at that. All right, this is big. If you get this, you're the winner of Can You Pass My Class? This is huge. Well, wait, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I think it's A.
It'd be C.
You're both incorrect.
Is it A? Is it A?
Kim is 3 times as old as her cousin. How old is the cousin?
Oh, that was a trick question.
So I got it backwards.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more. This is it. If we don't get it, we tie, and we're
Wait,
This
what
is
was
it.
the answer? Was it A?
It was
Andy. You're now back in
I
the
was
game.
right. It was A.
Back in.
Andy, you're back in. So you get to be part of this last question. Now, if we all bomb it, Jim wins.
None of us passed.
Okay. Here it is. This is for all the marbles, guys.
Okay,
If you have 4 marbles and you never go ahead.
All right, so
Oh,
the
shit.
tiebreaker question is question 1. Evaluate f of x equals negative x plus 5
Jesus.
for x being negative 2.
What year is this?
This is 9th grade.
Whew. Okay. 9th grade, I did
B.
take it. Dear, that was a guess.
No, it wasn't.
I don't believe you.
Because I'm not going to tell you why I thought this way, but it could be wrong.
All right, I'm going D.
I'm going with A.
A is correct.
Ah! Kaden is the
Well,
Okay.
it's there's a negative in it already, and it's
Yes.
negative 2, so it cancels it out.
Oh, I did multiplication instead of adding, but I knew that 2 negatives made a positive.
You have won the Can You Pass? Well, I don't know. He would have still got a D. I mean, if this was a test, it would have been a D.
You know what? You knew exactly what I did wrong too, right? When
Yes,
I said
did.
it. Yes.
I know exactly.
What about how my brain's going with the old school math?
Nobody knows how
I
your
know
brain's
exactly
going.
what you did too.
Yeah, I
You
go.
didn't do the double negative.
No, yeah, that's what I screwed up, which creates a positive, right?
Yes.
See, some of this stuff's coming back. That's weird.
How come money doesn't work that way?
Yeah, I
Like
know.
if
Why
have
don't
negative bank
Negative
account,
on my-
and I just add some more negative charges. Why is it no positive?
So, guys, this has been actually a really fun show. We're right on where we gotta be. Andrea, I want to appreciate, of course, you coming out tonight. I guess the new millennial Caden over there who won the game. We gotta give him great. And Jim, thank you for coming out tonight. This was fantastic,
this was
man.
good.
We had a great time. So we really did.
I loved it.
So we got a lot of more fun stuff coming up. We are going to be creating Jail Tales. My wife Holly is actually going to start working for the downtown jail. So we are going to be introducing Jail Tales. So after August, she's going to be. They should be fun. They actually should be kind of fun stuff. Glenn's going to be back in a couple weeks. Our next guest is going to be a Generation Y. Is that or Z now? What is it?
I don't know, but
She's 18.
I think it's Z.
Is it Z? Okay, so
she's
we're.
sometimes hard to book though. So
She's a 18. What is
That's
she?
what I said.
What is that? I
That's
know.
what I said. You only
Anyway,
work
she's our
part-time. I'm
she's our next guest. I want to appreciate everybody tonight. Give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you, everybody. It has been a blast. We'll see y'all next time.